$2,600 here, and today we're at Funspot taking a look at what games they have to offer. Rather than just go through the list and read off all the games, I'm just going to talk about my most recent visit. The most recent visit, I was very surprised to find that the bulk of the games were in good working order. As you can see as I'm going down the first row over by the miniature golf area, almost all the monitors are on. See Life Force and Night Driver. Gonna loop around. This was a nice change because in the past occasionally there'd be either a lot of games off or the buttons and the sticks wouldn't be in poor working condition. This time, like I said, the bulk were in good working order. If there were any games that were not in good working order, they were off. It was nice to see that. As you can see, we're just about done with the miniature golf area. There's just one more row right behind the indoor miniature golf. We'll take a look at that and we'll move on to the rest of Funspot. Let's get a closer look. And again, you can see almost all the games are on. I didn't get a chance to obviously play every game when I visited, but I played a majority of them and they're all working well. Here are the last two before we move into the rest of Funspot. And this is the third floor, which is the American Classic Arcade Museum, ACAM. As you can see, they have Hercules. And this is cool. They have one of their oldest pinball tables. It's lit up, but you can't play it because of how old it is. Trivial Pursuit game. Funky Rescue Raider. And you can see they moved a bunch of the games around. And they did have some new games in, which was cool to see. Fortunately, Chiller was off. Now this is right by the stairs in that hallway in one of the main entrances. Taking a look at the cocktail table games. Now we're over by the one wall which goes right into the main part. This video is kind of choppy, and that's because the American Classic Arcade Museum was actually busy. So I couldn't do a straight walkthrough. I had to do each row as people were not in the row, which is a nice change. Usually the upstairs is pretty empty on a normal weekend. Fortunately, Astro Blaster was off, and so was the Pong doubles. Now we're in the main room. We're going to attack it row by row. As you can see, a lot of the key games are still there and in working order. They've mixed in some new ones. One of my personal favorites, Kangaroo. Tubin was off. Now this is the row, the row to the far left with the pinball tables to my backside. I did not get a chance to get a full video of the pinball tables because that area was always crowded on this weekend. You can see some of the vector games are in good working order. Some of them even look like they had almost a new screen installed. Battlezone was unfortunately not working. They have a few games next to the pinball tables, which is what we're looking at now. And here's the back wall. The other spot I didn't really get a chance to get a video of is the one wall in the miniature golf room that has all the sit-down cabinet games. Which they had got a sit-down Star Wars, which is in really nice condition. The sit-down Star Trek game unfortunately was off. Now over here we have the nice collection of all the Galaxian Galaga games. Almost said Gradius. Fire Truck was off, which is one of my personal favorites. This is the far right wall. Kind of trying to go. It's a bunch of video clips trying to put them together smoothly. Usually I'd be able to just walk the whole thing and do one big video. Cobra Command, which was off, that's one of the Laserdisc games. Cliffhanger was on and working well, one of my favorite Laserdisc games, if not my favorite Laserdisc game. Dragon's Lair was off. Then right at the end of this row by the far right wall is Woodpecker. Now we'll look at some of the Nintendo games. Donkey Kong Jr. was off. Donkey Kong was up and running. Donkey Kong 2 was down, which is probably, even though it's not an official game, it's probably my favorite Donkey Kong arcade game. Rampage was up and running. That was getting a lot of play by kids. Solar Fox was up and running, got to play that. And we have Mapping, another one of my favorite games. Gorf was acting up, the sound was way off. It sounded like it was almost possessed. Now the other side of that row, we have some of the Stern games. Fortunately 1942 was down. Strategy was also down, I wanted to play that. But Wonder Boy was up and working well. Got to play a whole bunch of that. Super Hang-On was working, but regular Hang-On was down. As you can see, walking through, very few of the games were off or down. I know fairly recently, over the past couple of years, Funspot and ACAM has been getting a bad rap due to the condition of their games. But after my last visit, it was nice to see. It looks like they've had a chance to repair a bunch of the games and fix them, and any of the ones that were not working, turn them off instead of leaving them on. Crazy Wacko cabinet. We're just about done with the walkthrough. We're in the middle now, right near the steps. Curve around, we have the Black Widow. Next we're going to go right behind me. Check out the Space Harrier. The Hang-On. And the two light gun games to the left. And 2600. Thank you for checking out our video. Be sure to go to www.thearcadehunters.com for more videos.